We're on to episode 31. I'm calling this Keep Moving Forward, Mission Aphasia Village. It's been a full week of treatment, of networking, building contacts in the community here in Austin. It's been such a key week for these connections, and I'm so excited to tell you about it. So since the Texas Speech Language Hearing Association Conference, also known as TSHA, I made some key connections, some really influential folks in the aphasia community, and I'm so excited for what the future brings, networking with these folks. It is T-minus 2 weeks and 2 days until I travel to North Carolina for the Life Participation Approach for Aphasia Treatment Leadership Conference. I'm very excited to work with the movers and shakers in this area and field and to just be a sponge and absorb everything that they have to share. It's all going to be great. It's all going to get incorporated into the practice and help you, the stroke survivors, and the caregivers and spouses that love them. I want to give a couple shout outs this week. It's about moving forward, and this episode is of gratitude. So I want to give a shout out to Brandon Macon. Brandon is MaconaDifference, hashtag MaconaDifference, M-A-C-O-N, a difference. Find him on Facebook and Instagram, and maybe he's even on TikTok. I don't know. I'm not on that platform, but maybe you are, and you can find him there. Brandon is an inspiring stroke survivor that I met last summer when I was supervising the grad students down at UT Health in San Antonio. Brandon is killing it. He is back to business. He is living life despite his aphasia. He is providing opportunities for not only those of us who work in the aphasia space, but he is supporting stroke survivors and those who love them. I am so grateful to be having contact nearly weekly with Brandon. He inspires me. We have the most interesting, intellectual, creative, social media focused talks. I'm grateful. Brandon, you're the bomb. So I also want to bring your attention to a new contact I made this week. Avila is a stroke survivor, 7 years, I believe, and he is the founder and CEO of Stroke TV Media. You can find Aaron on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. He is supporting the stroke community, survivors, and their families. He's bringing products to your attention, products that stroke survivors need to help their function in the home. He's talking also to CEOs of businesses, which is super fun and interesting, and just another tangent to what he brings to the table, his complexity, his thought processes. Aaron, I am super excited to be working with you, and I have to tell you, wow, I'm almost speechless, and I'm almost never speechless. As those of you who know me, I can talk a mile a minute. But what Aaron is doing, he has his Stroke TV Media, and he launches channels. He has invited me to have a channel on Stroke TV Media, and starting at the end of March, I'm going to be doing a live broadcast to Facebook and maybe YouTube. I'm not sure. We're still working out the details, but it's all going to be about survivors, guest appearances, people you need to know, tips, tricks, strategies about living with aphasia. I'm going to tell you more about aphasia than you've ever heard before. We're going to get into the mindset of recovery. We're going to get into neuroplasticity. We're going to get into treatment techniques, how to find the therapist to work with you to help you reach your goals. We're going to cover it all. And the beauty of having a live show is it's going to be interactive. I can take questions, hopefully related to the topic, and maybe you guys will give me questions and topics that we can talk about in the future. I'm super excited about that opportunity. So let's keep moving forward. Again, this is a keep moving forward gratitude episode. And I wouldn't be here because none of this happens in a vacuum. I wouldn't be here. Number one, I'm going to give a shout out to my parents, Ken and Judy. Wow. My mom is a registered nurse, case manager, and a bunch of other accolades after her name. She has worked in the hospital, medical field, home health care my entire life. I remember being at the nurse's station when she worked night shift when I was very, very young. I grew up in the medical field. I grew up in the hospitals, talking to adults. My mom introduced me to a speech pathologist at her hospital. This was 1990. It was the year between my sophomore and junior year at Cal State University Fullerton. Woohoo, go Titans. She introduced me to Clark Gilmore. Clark was a master at vocalization. I don't know how else to describe it. His specialty was working with laryngectomy clients who had had their voice box removed due to cancer. So when you have your voice box removed, that now means when you swallow food, for example, it no longer can go into your lungs because you don't have a direct connection to your lungs. So these folks had had their voice box removed, and now they had what's called a trach. So that's the hole in their neck that allows them to breathe. And Clark's specialty was helping these folks learn how to talk again, whether it was through an electrolarynx, teaching them esophageal speech, doing tracheoesophageal puncture. I'm not going to get into all these details, but Clark was a master. This was his specialty. So that summer of 1990, when I met Clark, I spent time with him and the laryngectomies that he served. He had a very vibrant support group there, and needless to say, the rest is history. I went back to school, changed my major, came home, told my parents I changed my major, and then I'm going to be getting a master's. I'm going to be a speech pathologist, and I'm going to work with adults. Period. That was it. End of story. I had made up my mind. I was driven. And these 29 years of working since I graduated have exclusively been in the adult rehab field. But I digress. So back to gratitude. Mom and Pop, aka Gma and Gpa. I wouldn't be here without your support, your love. Mom introducing me to Clark. And there's that. So moving forward, my next bit of gratitude is to my husband, Darwin. Next week, we will be celebrating 31 years together. I know you're thinking, how can I be old enough to have known him for 31 years? Well, I age well. The formaldehyde works pretty good. Darwin and I have been together for 31 years. Later this year, we'll be celebrating 27 years together. Again, I wouldn't be here without his love, support, his enthusiasm for what I do. He is successful in his own career, but he has always been a supporter of what I do. And when it came time for me to start life speech pathology, he was all in. He said, do it, go for it, make it happen. And he's been with me every step of the way. Thank you, my love. Next, I'm going to give a shout out to my daughters. I have 2 teenage daughters. One is recently out of the house going to college, and the other one will be flying the coop soon enough. These girls are amazing. I could not be more proud of who they are as individuals, as humans, their work ethic, how they support other people, how they support each other, and how they support this family. They have been my number one supporters. I can come to either one of them, talk it through, problem solve, brainstorm, and they're with me every step of the way. So again, I'm grateful. I have 2 amazing, strong daughters that are going to do amazing things in this world. And part of the reason I'm here with you today is because of them, my husband, and my folks. Couple more folks I want to shout out to. I'm in an amazing networking group here in Austin, and I joined this group a year and a half ago. And I would not be where I am today in business because business is hard. Everybody says, oh, I want to work for myself. I want to start a business. Yeah, that's fine and good and great. There's a lot that goes into it. So I joined this group early on in my journey in life speech pathology. And I know that I can tap into their knowledge, experience, ask the stupid questions, ask the smart questions, and they're there to support me as well as I am there to support them in their business. I want to say thank you to the Star of Texas Exchange Partners BNI Group. I love you all. I want to wrap this episode of gratitude up with saying I have an amazing networking marketing team that stands behind me that is helping me to get my message out, to get my mission out to the world. I am hoping to impact as many people positively as I possibly can. Stroke survivors with aphasia, folks that are dealing with a neurologic condition that impacts their speaking, listening, reading, writing, thinking. I am here for you. If I can't help you, I will find someone who helps you. But I have an amazing marketing team that stands behind me, that believes in my mission, that is helping me to keep moving forward. Kayla Chalmers, Kelsey Sump at Jungo Solutions, thank you. You're challenging me, you're pushing me, and you're supporting me. I could not be more grateful. And I'm going to wrap up this episode. I was thinking it was going to be 5 minutes, and now we're 13 minutes in. I'll wrap it up by saying thank you to my clients who have stuck with me through this process, to my new clients that I'm getting to meet each week and helping me grow as a clinician, helping me give you what you need. Your candidness, your enthusiasm, your motivation are what keep me moving forward every day. I'm here for you. So I have 2 mottos I want to throw past you, and I would love a vote. Originally, I said, do more, do life, right? That was my original motto with life speech pathology. But I'm also thinking about life speech pathology, helping you bridge the gap between rehabilitation and living a life you love. There's so many components to that for both the survivor and the families. And I am working hard every day to try and bridge that gap, to anticipate what you need, to find the resources and provide the support. I would love it if you would share these episodes, if you would tell people about the website, if you would download the resources that are there at dolifespeechpathology.com. Any way you can share this will help me with my mission of reaching more folks that need this information, that need the support, that need the village as they're going through their journey. Coming soon, the Aphasia Field Guide. a roadmap for discovery, communication, advocacy, and connection. This is a special, hands-on, walk you through step-by-step process for spouses, partners, care partners, loved ones of those living with aphasia. I will walk you through the understanding of where your person is with aphasia. I'm going to help you find that connection. I'm going to help you be the communication partner they need and help you advocate for them, but also empower you to help them advocate for themselves, for what they need to maximize their communication. I'm super excited about this course. There's a lot of good content in there. Right now, we're looking at a 5-week course with modules that come out each week with live question and answers in between each module. It's going to be good. There's nothing like it out there. And I'm hoping you help me share the word to get this out to the stroke community so I can support more people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate each of you for listening, and I wish you a fantabulous evening.